Good morning, my friends. Welcome to Wiawafi, my Four Elements Island. I am participating in the Four Realms challenge that several content creators created, and I kind of sneaked in there and joined the event. I will tell you more about it in a minute, but we have a very important day today. Let's see if she tells me something special. Okay, so I played up to 3 stars, and today we have our concert. So I thought I would share the concert with you and then talk a little bit more about stuff. So let's check out KK. How about that? And I'm going to leave the whole thing in, and we're just going to be quiet and watch this glorious moment. I apologize if you've seen it a million times and don't want to see it, but just take a minute and just, just have a peaceful moment and just relax and share the love and the joy that is KK. Thank you, Isabel. We will. Wasn't that lovely? Hey, Tom. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and talk to him and whatever. And then I want to go to the next day, because most of those things that show up after your 3 stars in your KK concert don't actually show up till the next day. So I want to go to the next day and find out this. I have not upgraded the museum, and my my Nooks is still in its original form because, I've only been playing a couple weeks. And I want to see if, oh, and I don't have Abel's, and I want to see if the hotel starts to be built. because I just, in this game, if you don't know, there are certain things that have to happen before they unlock other things. And I want to make sure that like an upgraded museum and ables are not required to get the hotel. Now, truthfully, I would be fine to not have the hotel. And when I explain to you what I want to do with my island, you'll understand why. So I am going to just skip this day and go to the next day, and then we'll be back. So I will see you in a minute. Welcome back. Hello, Isabel. Right now on Weawafi, it's 5:24 on Friday, April 17th. So I started my island on the April 1st, even though I didn't start the challenge till in real life the 3rd. So this much time has passed. I haven't played every day, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. Weawafi is a combination of wind, earth, water, and fire, the first 2 letters of each of those, because this is a 4 elements island. Sometimes I have to be looking at it to remember how to say the name of my island. And Bill, I said, do you like the name? And he said, I love it. And I said, what is it? And he said, Hiawatha? And I was like, that should have been predictable. Bill is my husband, if you are new here. Okay, so the 4 elements island, the 4 realms challenge, I will put that on the board. I will put that on the screen. And so you have the option to do the 4 elements, 4 biomes, or the 4 seasons. And I chose the elements. You need to spin a wheel and get one of the items, the 15 items, which will be in one of these graphics. And you spin it 4 times, and you get 4 different items, and they need to go 1 in each of the realms. And you can use multiples and have them in all the realms, but 1 in each of the realms. And then what else? You can time skip. You can use, what do we call them? The magical islands. Treasure islands. I don't use those, so I can't remember what they're called. And you have 80 days to finish it. Till the summer solstice. Thank you for... I don't remember the person who told me, because all I could think of was the equinox, and I knew that wasn't right. It was the summer solstice. So, hopefully you've had a second to look at those graphics. I used spinthewheel.io. That's where I got my wheel. And the things that I got the Lego plum blossom, I got the bamboo doll, I got the Titan Arum, which I said incorrectly on my last video, and the confetti machine. I do have one of each of those. I was able to obtain the Titan Arum. This is what I did in case you are trying to get it too. If you go to HHP, after you do homes for different people, it unlocks different elements. So I looked it up and found out somebody, who was it? Dottie. I used Dottie. Somebody who has it on their list and you do their home, then it unlocks it. So then I was able to order from him. But that was on my Forever Island. I don't have HHP on this island, and I'll probably talk about that too. What was I going to tell you? I think that's it. Bunch of content creators. I'm going to try to remember to link them below. I don't actually know all of them. I'm sure they're all fabulous people. So if you want to see more, you should go check out their stuff. Okay, so let's do this first. Ordinances. Why do I always forget that that's a thing? I don't do ordinances. If I was not time traveling, then the time ordinance might be something that I would try. And I've tried the other ones, and I'm like, yeah, they're just not worth it. And they're very expensive. I think they're like 20,000 bells. Are they more than that? They might be more than that. I don't know. 20,000 doesn't seem very expensive anymore at this stage of the game. Oh, reminder, if you have recently started a new island, make sure you have your island backups enabled if you have an online account. I didn't even have it on my last one. Luckily, nothing happened to my Switch. If something happens to your Switch and you have that, then you can get it back. It's not just for, oh, I decided I want it back. It's like you break your Switch or it's lost or something. So make sure, because every time you start a new island, you have to start that up again. And the way you know is on your, what do they call it, title screen. In the lower left-hand corner, it will either show a date of your last backup or it will say backups not enabled. Hit your minus button and he'll help you do that. But, you know, that's important for some of us. Okay, boat tour. Excellent. That's awesome. We love going on a good boat tour. Oh, I'm not going to get Brewster because my, what do you call it? Museum is not updated. I also will never get Celeste because if I remember correctly, your museum has to be updated to trigger Celeste. Okay. I'm just wondering. I'm guessing that I won't get Red. Like he won't walk around the island if I don't have my museum upgraded. I mean, I guess we'll see. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Okay, I will go to the island and do that. That's all for today. So no hotel announcement on here. I'm trying to remember because I did do a restart. Oops. Do I want to get rid of that? Yeah. I did do a restart island before, right after the 3.0 update, because I wanted to see when things happened. And I can't remember if the hotel happened this day, because I think the hotel happened this day. So, is that it? So we'll go check and I guess we'll watch for a day or two to see if it happens. Okay. And then I don't want to, okay, I'll just clear them. Oh, the grass skirt, that's perfect. Okay, I will get all of those and do all of those once in a little bit. If you don't know, the first time you use terraforming, the first time you use landscaping, no, that's terraforming that I'm thinking of, waterscaping. And the first time you lay a path, you get Nook Miles for those. Okay, so I have no idea where my pier is. Where's my pier? I think it's on the other side, actually. It is on the other side. Okay, let's go look over there. But I don't think there was any sign of that. So this is the thing. Right now, and I didn't think about it in the beginning. Right now, I think I'm going to... okay, I'm not going to pick all those on my way. I think I'm going to leave Nooks small. I'm not going to freak out about it if it upgrades, but I don't think I've spent enough to worry about it. Okay, I definitely do not have the hotel yet. So, you know, we'll just watch for a day or two and see. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get the hotel. But, you know, that would actually be kind of cool. Because here's what I'm going to do. Is there anything I need to tell you before this? I don't think so. So what I'm going to do with my island, I guess I'll pick some weeds while I tell you. When I decided the 4 elements, and I kind of thought I want to, you know, you want to kind of come up with a way to do it and like a themishness. So I decided, I kind of looked into and researched a little bit. We'll do some, I can't get that, can I? Okay, we'll just take that. How much space? Oh, I got the big pockets. Okay. So I wanted to come up with, you know, an idea, a plan. And I researched the 4 elements. I was like, okay, let's make sure we're on the same ground, same footing. And partly, oh, I have to clean everything up. Okay, I'll do that later. So I looked up the 4 elements and I was like, what do they symbolize? And then I decided it all kind of came into my brain and started to form an idea. And my island is going to be a little bit high fantasy. So I looked it up because I've heard both terms. I've heard that term. And I was like, I don't know what high fantasy is. And low fantasy, according to what I read, is magic in our world, in the world we already have. And high fantasy is when you create a new world. It's magic in a new world. And usually it's more intense than what I'm going to do, you know, deep world building and lore and all of that. I don't know if I'll do all of that, but my island will be different than Earth. So the Earth we have, it's not going to be in space. I'm not doing a space island. But what I am going to do, sorry, I just wanted to see a little bit right there. Mine is going to be fantasy. So like I said, I worked on a bunch. I'm, doing a little flower breeding, and I brought some over from my other island. I don't use treasure islands, but I have several other islands that have stuff. So I'm going to get my stuff from them. So I am going to divide my island into 4 sections, probably not equal sections and probably not in the corners. I'm just going to kind of spread them out, one for each of the realms. And, I can't get through there yet because I haven't cleared that back row. And I am going to have my island be like a hero's journey. So it's going to start in the earth section, and then it will go through the water and the fire, and then come to the air section. So here is what I have on my, what do we call that? My research and what it says about the different elements. So I can't read and, do anything at the same time. The earth is where I need to use the Lego plum blossom, and earth represents stability and solidity. It's grounding, it's physical structure, nourishment, because it's where your food grows, and kind of a foundation for life. So it's the beginning. It's where we're going to start. It's the village where we're starting our journey. And then water is where I will use the bamboo doll. And in my research, some of the things it said were some of the things being plural were. Some days you got to go through it in your head before you can say it out your mouth. The earth is 70% water, so I might do a pretty big chunk of water. I haven't decided because, again, this is not the earth, but I like the idea of having a great big giant water section. And it's, the foundation for life. You can't live without it. It's cleansing. It is associated with emotions and intuition and fluidity. So that's going to be our second place. So we're going to start in our little village, which is the earth section, and then we're going to go to the water section, the water realm. We're going to call it a realm? Sure. And that's where we prepare. That's how we get ready for the journey. And anybody who's read fantasy or, pretty much most fairy tales or, the Legends of Hercules or the Odyssey or, lots of, even a bunch of sci-fi things, they have, every time there's a journey, it has a process, and frequently the process involves, I brought a bunch of these over, I forgot. The process frequently involves a cleansing and purification as part of your preparation, right? That's how you get ready. You get all nourished and strengthened, and you deal with all your stuff so that you can go and fight your battles. So that's what the water is going to be. And then the fire is next, and that's the battles. You go through it, and you are challenged and strengthened and purified in a completely different way. So fire, oh yeah, did I say bamboo doll for water? I think I did. Fire is where the Titan Arum is going to be used, and fire represents transformation and change, and it's usually represented as hot and dry. So that's where the challenge is going to be, is the fire section. And then wind and air is where I need to use the, where is it? There we go. Where I need to use the confetti cannon. Is it a cannon? Confetti machine, that's what it is, not a cannon. And how much do I have in my pockets? Enough. And so, okay, I can't do that and read at the same time. We're going to end with the wind and air confetti machine. Wind and air represents thought, intellect, the breath of life, and the movement of wind and the atmosphere that sustains life. So frequently in science fiction, people or, beings or whatever can evolve and do evolve to a state where they no longer need physical form and they are ethereal. So that's kind of the way this is going to be. I haven't decided, are we going full on once you get to the end? You have to ascend? I don't know, but there's a bit of an ascension. So wind is going to be the final goal, and where the peak ascension and peak evolution or whatever comes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do earth in the bottom, and then as you go back, you're going to get water and fire and the air. So I have plans in my head. I'm not going to tell you what they all are. You'll just have to come back, because after I'm done with this video, I'm going to go do a bunch of stuff, and then I'll come back. Couple things you need to know. Oh, I can tell you who I chose for the areas. So first I'm going to say right now, and this could change. Right now I don't plan to get Abel's, and I'm thinking I won't use any design codes. How about that? I'm going to see if I can do it without any design codes. I mean, is there anything in here? Let's see. I think, just wanted to clear that. Excuse me, I'm like hiccuping. I might use the clover, but I'm not going to, if you don't get Abel's, you can't get the other design codes, like online design codes. So I could possibly use that. I guess I could use this to add a little texture. Probably I'm not going to do anything else. And I've done the whole make your own design codes. As a colorblind person, it is so difficult. So I'm probably not going to. If I desperately need one, just one, then I might. But when you pass the balls, do you bounce the balls? Because I always bounce the balls. Anyway, let's see what else you need to know. Oh, so I probably won't use design codes. I also, as I think I said, I don't have HHP on this island, so I can't redo the villagers' houses. So whatever house they come with is the one that they will have. The ones I have now will not be staying, probably. Whose house is this? Plucky's house. Yeah, she won't be staying. So here's the deal. I'm just going to stand here because I'm going to put things on the screen, and it won't matter that I'm just standing here. I decided, I was originally thinking of only doing 8 villagers, but I think I am going to do all 10 now because I have plans for them. So in the earth section, I believe that's where I will be. And then right now my plan is to have clay and Avery and Tulin. What I'm going for is very earthy, very agrarian and natural. So kind of browns and, maybe a little bit green, just earthy stuff. And I wanted to kind of go with like a little bit of a tribal feel, and clay and Avery and Tulin all kind of fit that. I would have loved to use Minoru. I love her. But her house didn't really fit. I also wanted them to be a little more hut-like. Think Gilligan's Island if you're old enough for that. A little bit more like a hut and less like a fancy house. So those guys, their homes are in the brownish family enough to work. Their look, their personal look is kind of tribal, and their default outfits work for it, and their personal coloring is good. Now Tulin is light. He's not quite all white, but on the lighter side, so we'll see if he blends okay. But I think he'll be okay. Then let's see, water comes next. Water, I wanted to go for, I would have liked to have had hut-like the whole way through, but it just wasn't working. So for water, I wanted, the kind of blues and whites. So I chose Sherb and Blue Bear and Julian. I also wanted kind of a helpful or a peaceful vibe, and I feel like they all have kind of a peaceful vibe. And their default clothing, Sherb is wearing a snowflake sweater, and Blue Bear has like a cream sweater, but I'm okay with that. And Julian, who is a unicorn, touch of magic there, which I didn't do on purpose, has like a space, what do we call it? Like a hoodie, sweater, whatever, sweatshirt, I don't know. And to me, that's fine. That's just fine. The space is fine. And then in the fire, come on, in the fire, my clothes, my colors that I'm kind of going with are red and black and, some gray. There will actually be a touch of purple, but that's fine. I'll deal with that. Red and black are the main thing. So I chose Rodeo because everybody kind of thinks he's a demon anyway, and so he fits in the fire and the challenge and all of that. Roscoe, who is in his, black leather and whatever. Matilda, whose house is a little purple, so, but it's fine. And Biff. I'm iffy on Biff. If I don't keep him, I might go with like Hamfrey. But Biff's house is red and black, and he is red. He does have a t-shirt that has gold on the front, like Gold's Gym. But we're going to go with, regal and fire and whatever. We're going to just pretend. We'll see. If I get the hotel, I thought that I would put Tulin's and Minoru's clothes in there, or, things from the Breath of the Wild collection in there, so that my villagers might put those on. Because I thought about hanging, having somebody with that kind of designs come over and put them in my Ables. But if I don't put up Ables, then we don't have that option. Plus, the hotel's easier. Anyway, if it happens. So that's where we stand. Those are my people. Oh, I also, for the fire, I wanted the people to be a little scary, a little cranky, and like they would challenge you. And that's what these are. And they're all large villagers. So, intimidating and whatever. Hopefully, this is going to work out great. I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun. I think I've told you everything I need to do. Oh, I was going to say, there is a Reddit post that shows all of the villager houses. It probably doesn't have, like, Tulin and Minoru and Cece and I don't know how everybody else is saying it. Vichy, the yellow squirrel that was added. But, oops, boy, I've been standing too long. It probably doesn't have those, but it has all the originals, and it shows their exterior, and it, shows a little picture of them. So I will link that in case you want to hunt for a certain house type, because you're not going to redo it, or for whatever reason, you just want to know what kind of house they have. So I'll link that, because I did use that. I think that's it. I only have 2 of these villagers that I'm thinking of. I do not have their photo yet. I've had them. I've had all of these and I thought I had all the photos. I've had Clay like 3 times and have not gotten his photo yet, so I will get his photo this time. And I don't have Tulin's photo yet, but I have him on my Forever Island, so I'm not worried about that because I'm close. I'm very close on that island. But Clay, darn it, I don't know why I've had him so many times and haven't gotten that. Okay, so I've had that annoying clam. I apologize. I didn't really realize that. And I have amiibos for most of them, and Bill is going to take care of getting me the other amiibos. So I'm just going to amiibo everybody in. And the reason I said I might end up using Humphrey is if I amiibo Biff in and I get his house in and it's just too bright red, then I might not use it. We'll see, because most of the fire homes are very, very dark, and Humphrey's house would match, and he's small, but he's very cranky and looks mean and angry. So I still think he'd work. Okay, that's all I got. Thank you so much for being here. You're amazing. I hope you feel amazing today. I hope somebody makes you feel just valued and important and loved today. And I hope you give that to somebody else today. Let's see. I hope you have sunshine. And if you don't have it outside, I hope you can find it just in your heart at least a couple of times today. Please be good to each other. Spread a little peace. We need more of that. I have yoga. I could have been doing yoga the whole time. Sorry. Just be at peace. If you enjoyed this video, you should subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. So far, I'm feeling pretty good, and I feel like I'm going to keep up with it, and this is really better sideways. And keep posting videos. I think I'm going to be able to make it, but sometimes I'm not okay and I drop away for a little while. So if you're subscribed, then you will know when I come back. That's all. Thank you all so much for being here. You all rock. I wish you love and life and happiness and cookies. Talk to you later. Bye.